Hello from London. Now, because London is such a popular city to visit, there have been a lot of areas that come up that tourists think that they should definitely go to when they come here. But actually, us Londoners know that they are overpriced, tacky, and too crowded. And honestly, we want to tell you to avoid them at all costs. So in this video, we're going to tell you which areas those are, but also give you some great suggestions of alternatives that we think you'll like a lot more. So let's do it. For those of you who have been around this channel for a while, you already know my thoughts on Leicester Square. But if you're new here, hi, let's just say I'm not a fan. I mean, look at what we're working with here. We've got McDonald's, M&M World, TGI Friday, American candy stores. Yeah, that's what you want to do when you come to London. Go buy some overpriced American candy. I don't understand. Yeah, Londoners do not come through here unless we have to. If we're getting somewhere, you can usually tell who is a Londoner who's doing that because they're walking really fast, like kind of with their head down and their earphones in, just trying to get through as quickly as possible. And it's kind of weird because a couple centuries ago, this used to be the cultural hub of London. People would come here for shows and to get their fill on entertainment and culture. And now it's actually the opposite. It's where good culture and good taste goes to die. So if you want global fast food and strange casinos and to come to an overpriced cinema, then come to Leicester Square. But otherwise, we're actually really close to other areas that have culture and good food and good drinks and a better vibe where you'll actually find Londoners. So I would say go those places instead. Come and eat in Chinatown. There's a whole range of what you can find here in Chinatown. There's a lot of places that you can get street food. I love stopping into Taiyaki and getting one of their taiyaki. It's this little pancake fish that you can fill with either sweet or savory stuff. Makes for a great snack. Or you can stop into one of the famous bakeries in the area. You'll find lots of affordable eats in there, and you can actually try a whole bunch of different ones because everything is so cheap and so yummy. After that, you can walk 2 minutes up to Soho, which is a very buzzy area, especially in the evenings, where you're gonna find good bars, good restaurants, and lots going on. This is like where the things are happening, especially at night. And we actually have a video that tells you about some great things you can do around Soho in the evening. So make sure you watch that after this. And if you want to know about the best places to go around Soho, because there's also definitely a lot that you want to skip. There's a whole lot of stuff that is definitely not worth spending your money in. Well, we include Soho in day 2 of our London itineraries, so we plot on the map everywhere that you should go when you're here. Link in description if you want to check out our London itineraries. If you read a travel guide, which is probably not written by a Londoner, that says that Camden Market is a cool, eclectic place to come in London, they're wrong. Camden Market, unfortunately, lost its cool and eclectic reputation about 10 years ago when it got bought up by some rich people, and those rich people drove up the rent prices here. So unfortunately, a lot of the good independent vendors and shops couldn't afford to stay here. And now we have lots of shops that are just basically selling tat, which is British for There are some okay places, of course, but you really have to dig. But also, this market is so popular that it gets so crowded, especially during the summer and especially on the weekends. I appreciate it looks really dead right now, and that's because it's -3 degrees on a Thursday in January. So it is actually very quiet, but generally, Londoners avoid Camden Market because it's not very good, it has a lot of crap stuff, and it's also usually very, very busy. Instead, come here to Camden Passage, which actually is not in Camden, but is 30 seconds away from Angel Station. And this lovely little street alleyway here is lined with a ton of amazing independent shops and cafes, which is really nice. It's managed to maintain its charm and not be overrun by big commercial chains like you find at Camden Market. And that's why Londoners love to come here, especially during the week when it's usually nice and quiet. Also, if you love antiques, this is a great place to come on a Wednesday or a Saturday because they have a pop-up antiques market with actually very affordable items that you can buy, but love it here. Hold on, stop for a second. You're gonna wanna hear this. We are so happy to say that this video is sponsored by Get Your Guide, which is the best place to book the world's most unforgettable experiences for travelers. They offer over 60,000 experiences in 3,600 destinations worldwide, from tickets to the big attractions to one-of-a-kind local tours run by knowledgeable experts, which of course we love. I love how on their website they have a whole section for experiences that are uniquely London, so you can find things to do that you can't do anywhere else in the world. They also have this handy app where you can book, but also download your tickets and keep them handy instead of having to find a hotel printer or scour your emails. You also get 24/7 support with them, and most experiences have a 24-hour booking cancellation, which means you can cancel up to 24 hours in advance, keeping your trip nice and flexible. Book your tours and experiences in London and around the world with Get Your Guide. Just click the link in the description box of this video to get started. Okay, let's get back to it. This is Oxford Street, the busiest shopping street in all of Europe, and it sees 500,000 people on average per day. So honestly, walking on this street can be hell. Now, we are filming this on a Monday before noon in the dead of January on a very cold day. So it doesn't look that busy, but I'm telling you, if you come here on a Saturday during December before Christmas, oh my God, you will never want to leave a street as quickly as you would do on that day. So Londoners generally will try to avoid walking on Oxford Street as much as possible because it's kind of a nightmare most of the time. And besides Selfridges, the department store that's next to me, most of the shops you'll find on Oxford Street are big global brands anyway, so you're gonna find them all over the world and you don't necessarily need to come to them in London. And if you do still want to go shopping, instead I have two other recommendations for you. Just a few minutes walk from Oxford Street is Marylebone High Street. This is actually one of my favorite places to come shopping, and that's because they have a really nice mix of mid-range boutique chain shops, as well as independent shops, cafes, restaurants, and even charity shops, which have a really nice selection of things to buy. You'll also find way less crowds here than you would on Oxford Street, and the vibe that you get around Marylebone is just more relaxed and almost feels like you're in a little village. So I really like coming here to go shopping. Plus you can just stroll around, get a coffee, go into Daunt Bookshop, do your shopping, have some lunch. There's lots of things you can do and see around here. Alternatively, I also love the vintage and secondhand shops that you can find around Shoreditch on Brick Lane. You can find really unique, interesting pieces that are secondhand, so it's better for the environment. And if you're over there, go check out East End Prints, which is what I think the best place to get London-y prints in the entire city. And finally, we've got Westminster Bridge and the South Bank area near the London Eye. I know so many Londoners who are trying to avoid this bridge at all costs and taking different routes to be able to do it. And the reason is that this bridge gets so incredibly crowded, understandably, because people want to come up here and take lots of photos of Big Ben, Houses of Parliament, and of course people want to go on the London Eye, and they want to do Shrek's Great Adventure and the London Dungeons. I have no idea why, that just perplexes me, but apparently they do. It's also prime areas for pickpockets because they know all the tourists are here, and there's even scam artists doing the ball and cup game that we talked about in our London scams video. So if you can avoid coming onto this bridge or going down there, I would recommend it. However, I also completely understand that if you're coming from Westminster, from the Houses of Parliament, and you want to go to the London Eye, this is really the only route you're going to take. And maybe you do want to come take photos and you're going to deal with it. That's fine, but just know that Londoners would rather die. Instead, let me tell you about one of my favorite areas in London called Bermondsey. Bermondsey is pretty centrally located. We're actually not far from the River Thames, London Bridge, and the Shard, but uniquely you get a pretty villagey feel here. Bermondsey is actually quite a historical area. A couple of centuries ago, it was filled with industry, things like factories and tanneries, and you can actually still see remnants of those times in some of the old buildings here. It's pretty cool. And also, if you've ever read Oliver Twist, this is actually the area that Oliver Twist takes place in. These days, it's a nice, lovely, quiet area where you can come for nice restaurants, good cafes, and there's also some good shopping here too. If you go to any of our suggestions, make sure you share on Instagram stories and tag us so that we can see. And if you want more tips for your trip to London, we have literally hundreds of other videos, like almost 400 videos now. So click one of the boxes popping up around me to watch another one.